Welcome to Ancient Rediscovery, where we tell the stories history forgot. Today, we journey into a hidden world, a world buried under sand, empire, and centuries of silence. A world where two ancient peoples, separated by thousands of kilometers, preserved a spiritual system so similar, so precise, and so revolutionary that it threatens to rewrite everything we think we know about Jesus, Judaism, and African spirituality. This is the lost connection between the Essenes of Qumran, the Igbo priesthood of eastern Nigeria, and a forgotten blueprint of divine knowledge that predates modern religion. This is not a conspiracy. This is archaeology. This is anthropology. This is ancient memory resurfacing after 2,000 years. Let the rediscovery begin. Imagine the Dead Sea region in the last centuries before Christ. A burning desert, cliffs like broken teeth, caves carved by time, and a group of men and women living in total secrecy. They called themselves the Sons of Light. Today, we call them the Essenes. They were not mainstream Jews. They rejected the temple leadership in Jerusalem. They rejected corruption, politics, and the Roman occupation. Instead, they built a hidden spiritual community at Qumran. Their life was strict: sunrise prayers, ritual immersion in flowing water, astronomical calendars, strict moral codes, communal living, vows of purity. They claimed they were preparing for the coming of a divine teacher, one who would restore the original knowledge of God. But here is where the story takes a shocking turn. Their teachings, preserved in the Dead Sea Scrolls, match almost perfectly with a priesthood that existed thousands of kilometers away in ancient Igbo land. A priesthood called the Ezenna. In the forests and savannas of ancient Igbo land, long before colonialism, there existed a spiritual institution almost unknown to the world today. The Ezenna. They were priest kings, guardians of law, morality, healing, astronomy, and divine revelation. Their duties included ritual washing with living water, communal purification, strict dietary laws, astronomical observation, preservation of moral law, oral scripture, judgment councils of elders. Sound familiar? The Essenes practiced the same things. Even more shocking, both groups used sun-based calendars. Both claimed foreign rulers had corrupted true religion. Both believed in a coming teacher of righteousness. Both practiced Nazarite-style purification. Two civilizations, continents apart, yet nearly identical. Coincidence? Impossible. Historians like Catherine A. Colonu, Joseph Yehuda, and Dr. George James argued that there was an early cultural exchange between the Near East and ancient Niger-Congo peoples long before Rome or Greece existed. Some Essene practices appear older than Judaism itself. Some Ezenna practices appear older than Igbo ethnicity itself. And both may trace back to a much older African priestly tradition. Now comes the forbidden chapter. In the scrolls found at Qumran, scholars discovered descriptions of a mysterious leader called the Teacher of Righteousness. He preached inner purification, love without violence, resistance to corruption, healing, spiritual equality, baptism in living water, the kingdom within. Sound familiar again? The parallels with Jesus of Nazareth are undeniable. And many scholars believe Jesus, or his earliest movement, had a Essene influence, especially through John the Baptist. But here is the part almost nobody knows. The Essene teacher of righteousness vanishes from historical record. Meanwhile, in West Africa, among the Ezenna, oral tradition tells of a mysterious holy man who brought a new moral code, emphasizing purified character, justice, compassion, inner light, the sacred name of God. This figure appears in Igbo legend centuries before Christianity arrived. Could these two lines, Essene and Ezenna, be fragments of an older, Pan-African Near Eastern tradition? Many researchers think so. The year is 70 CE. Rome, under Emperor Vespasian and his son Titus, destroys Jerusalem. Temples burn, scrolls are seized, priests are killed, and the Essenes vanish. Why? Because their teachings were considered too dangerous, too liberating. The surviving scrolls are hidden in caves, sealed in clay jars, then forgotten for nearly 2,000 years. At the same time, in West Africa, migrations began. Priesthoods scattered, kingdoms rose and fell, oral traditions were suppressed, and much of the ancient Ezenna knowledge went underground. Two worlds erased, two teachings buried, one spiritual blueprint lost. Despite all of this, something remained. In Essene texts like the Community Rule, we find concepts like the light within the man, the law written in the heart, the spirit of truth, the sons of righteousness. In Igbo cosmology we find the chi within a man, Omenala, law within the heart, Muo Eziaku, the spirit of truth, Amanioma, children of righteousness. Different languages, same concepts. Even the rituals echo each other. Essenes, immersion in flowing water, communal meals of consecrated bread, white linen garments, cleansing before sacred assembly. Ezenna, washing in running streams, sacred kola and bread rituals, white wrappers symbolizing purity, cleansing before council gatherings. These are not small similarities, they are structural, and they reveal something breathtaking. Humanity once shared a universal spiritual blueprint, a blueprint later buried by empire, colonization, and political religion. Why does this matter? Because the story of Jesus, the story of divine teaching, inner transformation, and equality before God, did not fall from the sky. It had roots, Essene roots, African roots, Igbo roots, pre-religious roots, universal roots. And these connections show us a version of spirituality that is older, purer, and more empowering than the institutional religions that came after. A spirituality based on personal experience of God, moral living, community justice, inner enlightenment, and the sacredness of every human being. This is the tradition both the Essenes and the Ezenna preserved. And now, after 2,000 years, their voices rise again. The lost African Jesus tradition is not a myth. It is a rediscovered echo, a call from the past, a reminder that humanity once walked in deeper truth. Now it's up to us to listen, to rediscover what was buried, and to restore the wisdom that empire tried to erase. If this journey opened your eyes, then stay with us. This is Ancient Rediscovery, where we tell the stories history forgot. Like, share, subscribe, and join me for the next forbidden chapter.